What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on NIO stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news that might drive the price of this asset. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video somewhere at this point and I've told you that we had a lot of bearish pressure on NIO stock because of the COVID-19 policy, COVID-19 restriction policy in China. And this leads to the conclusion that probably we should retest the range of support right here, the previous swing low at $9.77 and even this swing low at $9.12. And I also told you that as long as these two pivot holds, we remain bullish and we have to break the range of resistances, multiple ranges of resistances that was above our current price right here. And this means, let me show you this setup. This setup worked perfectly well. For those of you who entered your position right here, you already up, let me show it to you, you're already up for more than 30%. And definitely it was a good entry point and I was anticipating this movement, but the latest news of COVID-19 restrictions made me a lot of doubts. And this movement to the upside was completely unexpected. As you can see, it was made on November the 30th, right before the NIO's delivery numbers. And I have to say that I missed this movement to the upside. And you shouldn't regret on this, because we still have a lot of bearish pressure. So, what was the reason of this movement to the upside? First of all, let me show you this article. We are on Guardian.com and this article was published at the very end of November, and it says China's vice premier signals shift in COVID stance as some lockdowns eased. And let me quote you these paragraphs. One of China's most senior pandemic response officials has said the country is entering a new stage and mission in the latest indication of the government's changing approach after mass protests against its zero-COVID policy. Sun Chunlan, China's vice premier, made the comments to national health officials on Wednesday, according to the Xinhua state media outlet. It came as several regions, including Shanghai, began to lift lockdowns despite continuing high case numbers. And this was the first reason. Second reason was right here. We are on Yahoo Finance and this article was published on December the 1st. And it says, stock jumps as Fed looks to moderate price of interest rate hikes. NIO and HZNP in focus. And let me quote you this. Well, it's official. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has signaled that the central bank is considering a lower rate hike in December after bumping its rates by 75 basis points at a time in 4 hikes from June to November. Powell's comments today indicate that the Fed is leaning toward a rate increase of 50 basis points for the December FOMC meeting. In response to all this, markets jumped Wednesday. The S&P 500 gained 3.09%, while the Nasdaq added a whopping 4.41%. And the third reason why NIO has this massive movement to the upside from this breakout to the next range of resistance for more than 17% is this one. NIO, Xpeng, Li Auto see epic rally in the US. What happened? And let me quote you this. We think a large part of the rally was caused by a short squeeze, as investors were caught being too negative on the group given COVID and competition concerns, said Deutsche Bank analyst Edison Yu's team. And this is the reason why we had this massive movement to the upside. And when we saw a very good NIO delivery numbers, let me show you that they broke the previous record of 12,961 vehicle, and they set at a new range of 14,178 vehicle. And despite this good news, NIO has this retracement from its highest point right here to this range of about $12 mark for about 7.45%. Definitely this was the result of the losing momentum right after this huge spike, and I have to say that we are not out of the woods. Let me show you this article. We are New York Times, and this article was published, let me show it to you, was published on December the 2nd, and it says As officials ease COVID restrictions, China faces new pandemic risks. Huge swaths of the nation's elderly remain vulnerable, scientists say, and a surge in deaths and hospitalization may be inevitable. And because of this, we are not out of the woods with NIO. We can see the upcoming lockdowns, further lockdowns, that will lead to lower fundamentals for the entire Chinese market and definitely for NIO in particular. And let me show you another article that was published just 21 hours ago. We are on Investor Place, and this article is titled "Why Now Is Not the Time to Buy NIO Stock?" And let me quote you just the bullets. NIO stock could remain under pressure due to China's unpredictable COVID-19 policy. Despite NIO's revenue growth, investors should observe the company's widening earning loss. Investors can choose to delay any purchases of NIO stock until conditions improve. And I not 100% agree with their second bullet, but I completely agree with this first and the third bullet, because we are still in the danger of potential COVID-19 restrictions. And let me show you that, as you can see, the daily cases worldwide is not so high, but in China we can see the spike of their cases, and it is almost the highest from the very beginning of pandemic hit. And that's why we still have to be very cautious with our position. And let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, as I already mentioned, we formed higher highs and higher lows, and definitely this breakout above this previous swing high is a very good sign. Let me delete unnecessary tools. And this means, let me show you another quite good range. If I connect these bottoms, all the bottoms right here, as you can see, we have a very strong range of support from which we bounced previously. And if we project it from the top as a parallel line, as you can see, we hit exactly the range, the upper range, the upper border of this channel, and probably we might see the rollover. The second sign of potential rollover is right here. On hourly time frame, we can see higher lows on the price action with the lower lows on RSI. And this is a bearish divergence sign when we probably might see the next leg to the downside. And I have to say that we can see this sign on multiple time frames. On a 2 hours time frame, we have the same pattern. 3 hours time frame, the same pattern, as you can see. Let me edit like this, adjust it like this. 4 hours time frame, the same pattern. This means most likely we will see the next leg to the downside, and on this retracement you will be able to re-enter your position, medium and long-term position, with a decent upside potential. And I have to say that in general, if I switch to daily time frame, we can see, let me clean the chart a little bit, we can see that this asset has a very good movement according to RSI and the MACD, because right here we can see that it gained its momentum, and probably we might hit higher targets, but definitely we should unload this massive spike in its price. That's why just don't be in a hurry, wait for the confirmation of the trend, and this confirmation will be the retracement, and then we should see the next leg to the upside where you can enter your position. I will do another update in just a couple of days, and probably I will identify the exact levels where you can enter your short-term position. But for now, if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed.